Hello, I'm Azai. Welcome back to Baldr Sky, Dive 2. I woke up probably about an hour-ish ago. Of course, as usual, I woke up maybe about 2 to 3 times, maybe about 4 times. And I was asleep. But yeah, I already ate some breakfast and I'll probably be recording before I go to the gym and eat my pre-workout here. I think at this point, I kind of enjoy recording like as soon as I wake up more than when I actually record after. One, it's actually a lot more efficient with the time, right? I can just finish up and then I can also like edit out the video and then wait out for the video to render and whatnot. So that's why I've been kind of just recording first before I actually like go to the gym and stuff. But yeah, I don't really have much to say. There's been no new like development with my dad just yet because they're waiting for his like condition to stabilize before they do some more hemodialysis, which is like, you know, basically trying to purify his blood or clean his blood. But yeah, let me talk about the last episode recap before we start off the episode, shall we? So in the previous episode, we finished off Makoto's route. We finished off Chapter 12, Chapter 13, and also Chapter 14. Which, of course, Chapter 14 was just an epilogue, just like I thought. I kinda, you know, expected there to be another Chapter 15. But I guess with the way things were going, with how in Chapter, 10, it was already going like crazy with the story. Of course, they really did not need an extra chapter for, you know, the finale, right, for Makoto's route. But yeah, in Trap here, we like Makoto was taken by like the people in like the Midspire, which is Gilbert and a lot of other people from like what's the name again, from Goat. Like a lot of the people from Goat actually turned traitor and they wanted to get Makoto back because they thought that, you know, they didn't want to do what the alienists wanted. They did not want to join up with the alienists, so it was still anti-AI first versus like pro-AI faction again. Even though their leader already said that, you know, to not do that. And then in Trauma, we actually went inside the S along with Makoto inside of the Tranquilizer. And inside, we kind of take a look at what happened to Makoto and Sora back when they were still young. So, Makoto and Sora actually shared their senses. I'm guessing it's with AI and with their brain chips or whatever. Maybe they're connected. And Sora seems to remember that. But for some reason, Sora forgot a lot of the memories that happened in her childhood. I assume there's also a trauma that happened for Sora. But yeah, Agent here, I do think that Agent is really basically just Sora, right? Sure, she says that she's AI, she knows Sora, she knows Ku. She has the body of Ku or the ideas of Ku and then knows Sora. But at the end, she kind of did not want to say the fact that she's, you know, Sora. So that Makoto can still be with us. But yeah. It was a pretty epic, last chapter. At least the last, real chapter. Because, like I said, chapter 14 is the epilogue. So in this one, we went to the S. We fight, like, Father Gregory. We went through the memories. We fought the Tranquilizer in its, like, full form. Before, we did fight the Tranquilizer, but it was always, like, not really doing anything. It was going out of control. And that's because, like, most of the time, it was piloted by Chinatsu and not Makoto. And it was kind of epic how Makoto at the very end, you know, like summoned her simulacrum and just got out of the Tranquilizer. I felt like that was a pretty like cool CG. And yeah, at the end we also found out about the password that Naoki told us, and that password was told to Sora. And via Sora, and I guess through Eve or the AI, it actually got told to us again. Like back then it was told to us, but we never really like paid attention to what Sora was saying. So that's why it was lost. Maybe if it was, I don't know, maybe if Ko actually found out and did not lose his cool when Sora was saying Baldr Sky, maybe we could have prevented a lot of the tragedy, but who knows? At that point, it wasn't really that long until Gungnir fired, right? So maybe not really. But yeah, in the epilogue, we just saw like everyone being happy, and also of course like the password for, you know, the actual environment restoration program or nanomachine worked. And we just live our lives finding Makoto's body back again. And yeah, that was the ending. Of course, before that, there was an H scene, but we don't care about that. But alright, let us finish up the game, shall we? Let us do the final route. I don't know how to get to the final route, but I assume let's just load out the game. And we're gonna get a choice, probably.
目覚めると、俺は白い海に漂っていた。
Shut up, go.
柔らかなシーツの感触。
Figure out the situation, just attack. Just attack. That's probably it, right? Because panic sets us to the first area, or the first dive one. Like routes, which is Rain, Chinatsu, and also Nanoha. Figure out the situation, makes us go to Makoto's. And then this last one, why would just attacking actually lead us somewhere new though? That is so weird. But I'm guessing that's actually what we need to choose. Yeah, we went off to a different note there. There we go. Yup. I kick away the virus, making it roll on the ground. Man, that was close. Damn thing almost put me to sleep forever. Things are calm now. Might as well look through my gear. Okay, wow, no... Weird. There is no BGM. So this is Merco again. Oh, what the hell? Okay, this is new. No Rain. Nothing. I can't contact anyone. Not just Rain. A headache kickstarts my brain. Right. I dived here alongside my subordinates for an assault mission. My target was the nanomachine plant structure where Drexel researchers were hiding. There, we came across some lunatics. I left them to my subordinates, infiltrated the database solo, and... Okay, interesting. Jeez. Where was I? Oh yeah, while in the database, I ran into Gilbert. I then realized that the self-destruct device was on, so I picked up the mysterious girl and tried to run away when...
Masaka. Oi! Rain! Minna!
No matter how much I shout, I don't get a peep. I also don't see a single ID signal from my allies. So I'm guessing in this loop, Rain dies? And we're the only... Did they all actually get caught up in the explosion and die?
レインふざけるな返事をしやがれ
The sensors are dead, probably due to the explosion in the jammer. For all I know, everyone might be dead. Clinging to the faint hope that they aren't, I start searching for them. Or maybe we're the one that's dead, I'm not sure.
私もあなたを愛していますコウさん
As I run, I remember my time with Rain, which makes my chest tighten so much it hurts.
って縁起でもねあいつがこんなに簡単にくたばるはずがない
For now, I'll just focus on logging out and returning to reality. Rain and the others' real bodies are there. I'll know whether they're alive when I see them. Not to mention I have some data I have to bring back, even if it costs me my life.
切り裂けへい逃げたへいやったへいやった落としたへいへいはっ切り裂け落としたへいはっ切り裂けへい止めてなぎ倒す
Do I get two? I got two.
落としたいいだろへいはっヒットへい当たれ
God damn it.
切り裂けへい当たれへいほらできた
離脱不能
アンカーが張られたままかまずこいつを何とかしなくちゃな
警告敵出現
切り裂け
Man, there's just been countless enemies.
ほらへ当たれやった止めてなぎ倒すどうした
Being alone sucks,
へいはっ切り裂けへできた
Usually, like, even though sometimes we are alone, just having someone to talk to is kind of nice, right? But being alone like this is definitely not that great of a feeling.
サポートがいないと目を潰されたも同然だな
The jammer is fucking up my sensors so hard that I can't even begin to tell where the enemies are hiding. That's not the only problem. Thanks to the explosion, all the info tools are frozen and spitting tons of errors.
くそ邪魔を積んでる野郎がどこかに潜んでいるはずなんだが
The moment I clench my teeth, the sensors momentarily resume working again. Must be agent here.
ありがたいまだ神に見捨てられたわけじゃなさそうだな
It's good enough for now. I open up the dialogue and check the enemy formations. There's a mid-sized commander virus at their rear. It has an anchor and a jammer up, and it's in the middle of trying to gather the surviving viruses. If I break through and trash it before all the viruses come to it, I should be able to make it out of here alive. I start moving to launch a surprise attack on them.
警告敵接近
I don't need to rely on the sensors anymore. The horde of viruses is right before my simulacrum's eyes.
とんでもない数だな救いは雑魚ばっかりってところだが
Suddenly, some of the units move their heads and start running towards me.
気づかれたか
I fix my sights on and charge towards them.
へいはっ切り裂けへ当たれ
Jesus.
へいはっ落とした止めてなぎ倒すやったこっちだ待った捕らえた
There's so many of them now.
へいはっ切り裂けへい当たれどうした僕を見ているへいはっ切りやったへい当たれどうよしできたへいほら当たれできた はっ振り下げへ当たれへいへいはっ振り下げほらへ当たれへいきゃへい
Only these guys left, huh?
へいはっ振り下げへ当たれ
I mean, they're the only one that has like quite tanky HP, so makes sense.
へいはっ振り下げへいへいどうしたへいはっ振り下げへ当たれへいほら
Come on, Yugen.
へいへいできたへいはっ振り下げへ当たれへいよしへい
There's 2 left. Huh?
へいはっ止めてなぎ倒す
1 died. Was that a crit? 740. That's a lot.
一ついいだろうこっちだへいやった
I thought this game doesn't have the, you know, the capacity to crit. I finish off the first group, but I don't even get a chance to rest before the next appears. Beyond them, though, I can finally see the mid-sized commander virus.
雑魚を相手にしてもキリがない一点突破でボスを叩くしかないか振り下げへいはっへい止めてなぎ倒す
Oh
どう
shit,
した
only a couple.
へい一つ振り下げへい僕を見ているへいどうした
Jesus.
ロック
Things are so hectic.
へいはっ振り下げへいあれやったほらできたへいやった振り下げへい当たれどうしたへいへい
Oh, he's actually like upwards. Let's see.
僕を見てはっ振り下げへい当たれ止めてなぎ倒す
Nice. Ah, I didn't get it then.
へいはっ振り下げほらへ当たれへい
Damn, the enemies are definitely getting more aggressive with each progressive, you know, like routes. Which is kind of nice. Wow, what the hell?
へいはっ振り下げ
Was that like 300 something damage that he did? That was a lot.
よし
Once I destroy the enemy, the anchor it had up vanishes. The viruses chase after me like a pack of wolves. Not wasting any time, I initiate the logout process when what?
離脱不能
Huh? A cold, mechanical voice says something unexpected. What the fuck?
じゃあムーブしろそれがダメならアボートなんでもいいからここを離れたい
了解
Unable to log out. As if a fuse in my head was fried, my senses are overwhelmed by nothingness and my consciousness vanishes. Okay, this might be where we actually died. The fact that we can't actually log out, right? Maybe what happened was the fact that we died. Rain found out we died and she actually left the area. I don't know though. I guess we'll see. What's happening to us might be what's happening to, you know, becoming a wired ghost. That's why we can't log out. That's my current theory anyway. A still, dry air surrounds me. No, we're logging out here. Holding back the nausea, I open my eyes to see the dark, damp ceiling of a tunnel. Looks like I was able to log out. Relieved, I look around to see the state of my comrades.
おいおい一体なんだこれは
We all dived in together, yet I don't see any of them. Not just their real bodies, all the diving gear we brought is gone too.
俺が死んだと思い込んで 一足先に撤収なんてことはあるわけがないしな。
No, it might still happen. We died and then Rain did what she did, right? Rain thought that we died, so she was the one that bombed everyone. But that's weird. If they bombed the place, Ko shouldn't be able to even... Ko shouldn't be able to log out. Not with Rain around, at least. I don't know what's going on here, but it's possible that they're still alive.
とにかく地上へ出よう。考えるのはそれからだ。
After wandering through the labyrinthine underground passage, I finally found the exit. Okay, Suzushiro seems like it's being ransacked already. Upon opening the hatch, I freeze in place.
ここはどこだ？
I dive from Suzushiro, a disorderly but lively city. But all I see before me is ruins. The city is as silent as a grave. The silence is unnatural, even for so early in the morning. Even for so? I don't think the force should be there. I walk the streets, but don't see a single person. Looking down, I see a layer of sand on the road. This clearly wasn't just a couple days worth of decay.
これは一体何の冗談なんだよ。
Interesting. So, is this a route where Assembler actually did finish? But everything is unmutated though. There's no like slime thing. All the public channels are dead. In fact, I can't even connect to the net. I checked the time and the date. It's showing is just impossible. There we go. The logs are buried in errors signaled by pretty much every service available. Is the AI network dead? Or is it my brain chip that's fried?
落ち着け。これには何か理由があるはずだ。
I can't let panic take control of me. Placing my hand on my chest, I take deep breaths. First things first, I need to gather info. Since I'm having problems connecting to the net on my own, it's best to search for a console that let me go wired.
よし。
I walk through the dead town in search of a console. I roll into our hideout, which is also wasted away. The frame of the decayed bed is broken and bent, and the discolored synthetic letter sheets are sticking to it like a mummy. There's nothing on the gray walls besides the trace of a dull wallpaper.
この荒れ方。1年や2年ってレベルじゃないよな。
Shit. What happened here? Where did Rain go? I belatedly feel crushing isolation. Looks like some part of me really wanted to meet my squad again.
浸っている場合じゃねえ。とにかくできることを探さないと。
I search the wall and find a network terminal. The room as a whole is in a shitty state, but the metallic terminal is still shining. Relieved and worried, I plug a neurojack inside it. After hearing the metallic voice, I heave a sigh of relief. Looks like the basic net infrastructure and my chip are alright.
ネットワークのステータスを表示してくれ。
了解。
I receive a screen showing a web-like pattern. It's the schematic diagram of the infonet woven by the mini AI. All the lines are shining blue, meaning that the info traffic on all of them is lower than the standard.
いつもならそこら中が真っ赤に輝いているのにな。死んでいるのはネットじゃなくて人間か。
My own words startle me, and I quickly resume looking for info. All the news channels are dead. The last bit of news was 3 years after we dive into the illegal nano facility. Oh, this is 3 years after. Interesting. I mean, of course, everything that happened should have already happened, right, in the whole 3 years, because I believe everything that happened in the previous routes happened in maybe a couple of weeks, maybe like a week or two. I know this is basically the only thing I've been asking recently, but what the hell? Upon seeing the headlines, I'm hit with another wave of nausea. The area contaminated by assembler continues to expand. So I guess this is what happened. I guess assembler happened and they actually did fire Gungnir again. Which is interesting though, the fact that Ko is not dead. The global government has declared they are abandoning Suzushiro. They intend to purge it using Gungnir. I've seen enough to understand what's going on. Assembler was released, and all the inhabitants melted just like Sora. Though I still don't know if any people made it out or how far the damage spread.
しかし
Yeah, exactly. But why am I still alive? What was I doing these past 3 years?
本当に俺はタイムスリップしちまったのかよ
There's a concept of a time warp? What the fuck are you smoking, Ko? These are just news flashes, so they don't have any details. I sit down in a rotten bed. Time warp? No way. There has to be a logical explanation for this. I use all the reason I have left to make myself believe that. But there's this inexplicable anxiety eating it away. I find myself looking at the network's schematic diagram again. A whole bunch of lines are connecting Arc-Eve with the S-tier AIs in nearby countries. Something's not right though. The familiar diagram that I've seen many times has a slightly different structure. Right next to Eve, there's an unfamiliar AI of the same tier.
って待て俺は夢でも見ているのかよ
I enlarge the diagram and check the details of the strange AI. So this is cool?
S97085
What?
通称マザー地区管理型 SQAI です
Mother is back.
バカなマザーは自戒したはずじゃ
Huh. So this is So this is what is it? A reality where Mother did not destroy herself? Interesting.
そのような記録は残されておりません
I feel like I'm in another world. Did I suffer some trauma in battle and go crazy because of the shock? So if Mother isn't dead, does that mean that Sora might not necessarily be dead in this one? I close my eyes and the scene of Sora melting flashes through my mind, along with the burning town and the wasteland that followed.
これが妄想なら俺はとんでもない重傷だよな
I laugh so dryly I surprise myself. It's weird that I'd say that. I spent the last few years hoping that the hell I went through was just a delusion or a nightmare.
待てもしあの事件が俺の妄想だったら
A different kind of expectation fills my heart. If Great Christmas didn't happen, it means that Sora and Kisaragi Dorm are still standing.
灰色のクリスマスについて検索
No response. Did I lose connection? I look behind the old console and see that the cables are all corroded and ruined. Looks like it was a miracle it even worked in the first place. No! Something was trying to prevent us from finding out about Great Christmas. It's like the world was trying to, you know, reconfigure itself, right? So this is definitely a simulation, just like what happened. No, not what happened in, like, Makoto's route, but this is definitely a false world. This is a false world. There's no way this is the history that happened. This is actually a false one.
妄想なのかどうなのか確かめてみるしかないよな
I'll go to Seishu and see it with my own eyes. It'll be more productive than just standing in this ruined hole. To add to that, I feel like staying here would actually make me lose my mind. What I need right now is a goal and a hope. Yeah, the world was trying to prevent us from accessing information about Great Christmas. It was trying to stay in equilibrium, right? Gathering my resolve, I leave the building. I go to the station because it's worth the try, but find nothing but darkness.
まあ期待はしていなかったけどな。
As I sigh, the lights start to flicker.
あ
Unexpectedly, the train platform is in an almost perfect state. Though the layers of dust tell you all about how much time has passed. Was it able to stay in its original state due to being a sealed space? There's a train at one side of the platform. Its door is open as if to welcome me.
交通機関の管理システムはまだ生きているのか。
There are no humans, but the city's lifeline is still active. Feeling somewhat strange, I get on the train. And so, I ride the train all on my own.
次は倉浜。倉浜を出た後は青州学園都市まで止まりません。
Even after hearing the announcement, I still can't believe this is reality. Pinching my cheek, I look outside to see a wasteland. So that's basically the same as I remember, meaning that the incident really happened. The feelings surging from within are so bitter that I can't help but smile wryly.
そら
I speak the name of the girl who melted many years ago. If you're gonna throw the world out of order, you could have at least done Great Christmas.
千夏菜の葉秋音誠ちゃんマサ
The fellow Kisaragi Door members who were like family to me. What happened to them?
レイン
And then there's my partner, who's been with me ever since the wasteland. Where is she now?
バカ野郎地獄の底までついてくるんじゃなかったのかよ。
I close my eyes and remember the hellish scene I saw through Rain's eyes. We were wandering for days, lost our food and water, and despaired that we couldn't find any human settlements.
私たち助からないかもしれませんね。ごめんなさい。私のせいで余計な負担をかけてしまって。
We were at our absolute limit, drained in both body and mind from seeing so much death. We became aware of the possibility that we might die.
もう十分です。どうか私を置いてあなただけでも。うるさいわね。
I responded with a weirdly high tone. My head, as seen through Rain's eyes, is covered in long, girly hair. So yeah, this is the timeline where Sora is the one that's alive and not Ko. So, I guess in this timeline, we're the agent? Technically, we have a simulacra, right? So, I guess, but that simulacra is not like Ku, though. It's not as if that one was... That one was not very exposed to human emotions and whatnot.
いいから黙っておぶられてなさい。どのみちあなたの目がなければ私だって助からないんだから。
I yelp and come back to my senses. Looks like my trip down memory lane became a dream. I shake my head, feeling really bitter.
どうせ夢を見せてくれるならもっと辻褄の合った夢を見せてくれよな。
まもなく青州学園に到着します。
I abruptly stop complaining and jump up from my seat.
青州の駅がある？学園ごとあの事件で亡くなったはずなのに。
I follow the H road from Seishu and find the scenery I expected. So I guess we really did be...
予想外と言うべきなのかな。
Huh. The environment actually activated. Yeah, the environment restoration thing actually activated, but not in Suzushiro. Did it activate during Great Christmas, during the time it was in Seishu and Kurahama? Upon seeing Kisaragi Dorm in the state it's in, I freeze in place. It's a surprise that it exists and that it's decayed. I mean, the Academy City should have been lost on Great Christmas. The only explanation that makes sense is that someone rebuilt it. But who? And why?
確かめてみるか。
I place my hand on the sliding door and walk in. The smell of decay fills the air. The inside isn't in a much better state than the outside. Thankfully, unlike real wood, synthetic resin doesn't decay. It creaks, but it still supports me. Alright, where to start checking? Oh my god. The only route that actually have choices. Very interesting. I guess I'm gonna check Aki's room first, and then I'll check my room last. If this is that sort of choice. Aki's room is embraced by a deep darkness. I light it up with a flashlight and see a mountain of dusty, inactive electronics. The layers of dust on the keyboard and console tell you all you need to know about how long this room was abandoned.
機材が動くかどうかは確かめるまでもなさそうだな。
I check my own link function again. The net is as quiet as always. The dive icon is still inactive.
一体何が起きたって言うんだよ。
Maybe we're already in a dive, Ko. I spit that out and leave the room. Maybe this is us moving instead of logging out, Ko. Yeah, it is that sort of choice. Alright, I'll check my room last. There's a strong reek coming from the ruined living room. The source is the rotten and faded tatami. I look around and see a large black lump.
飽きねえ愛用の毛布の慣れの果てか。
Through the window, I see the vegetable garden Nanoha was so proud of, now completely consumed by weeds. All of it gives me a profound sense of loneliness.
一体どうなってるんだよ。
I mutter that to myself and leave the reeking room. I enter my own room and freeze once again. The decayed room has spots of lively color in it that don't seem like they belong. I fearfully walk up to them and see that they are artificial flowers. Carnations, to be exact.
誰が一体こんなものを。
I look around once more and see a hologram on the table. It's beside a large vase full of artificial flowers. The hologram is showing me and everyone else in the dorm, standing shoulder to shoulder and smiling. I don't know why, but seeing the flowers in the hologram makes a strange chill go down my spine.
出よう。
Unable to bear the strange feeling, I just leave. I then look through everyone else's rooms. All of them are decayed, as if no one's been in them for years. Even the most memorable items are aged like hell. I feel lonelier and sadder with every room I visit. They make me feel like the little hope I have left is decaying with them. Finally, only one room remains. The plate is somehow still readable. It says Sora Minazuki. I hold the knob but then hesitate. Maybe I should leave without looking inside this one. Honestly, thinking of Sora makes me waver.
そういうわけにもいかないか。
I pull the door open. The room isn't in as bad of a state as I expected. Even so, the pastel colors that used to give it life are faded, and her collection of stuffed toys has become a pile of rotten cloth. I walk into the room and look around. It's like a reflection of my emotions right now. The hollowness of the empty room seems like a representation of how I feel about the one I lost.
引き出し。
A sudden voice rings out in my brain. Agent.
誰だ。
I reflexively look around. Of course, I know that it wasn't a flesh voice. I check the comms logs and find nothing.
空耳だったのか。
I might have just imagined it, but it seemed a lot like Sora's voice. It said drawer, right? I look around again and see the drawers in the desk. For no real reason, I walk up to and pull one. Though not smoothly, it moves and reveals a half-rotten gathering of paper in a single book. I blow the dust away and see the cover, which says diary on it. Thankfully, the thin resin pages are still intact.
空の日記帳か。
I hold and just look at it for a few seconds. Should I look inside or not? I do want to, of course, but Sora wouldn't like it, I'm sure.
すまん。空。
In the end, I just apologize and open it. The large diary is mostly empty. Remembering what that implies, I quickly skip through the pages. I finally find a page with text on it. It's for a December day, specifically the one when we went to get Christmas presents for everyone.
あいつこんなことまで書いていたんだな。
Why is most of it empty though? As I read the roundish letters, the event comes back to my head.
今日はコウと一緒に倉浜までみんなのプレゼントを買いに行きました。もうすぐクリスマスだね、コウ。
ああ、クリスマスだな、早くも。
Yeah, I remember this one. I think this was when she was like looking at that pendant thing, right?
あいつはいつもと同じで、絵に描いたような仏頂面で顔も見ずに答えてきた。おかげでちょっと浮かれた気分が台無し。祭りが嫌いなのは知っているけど、それじゃあせっかくムードを盛り上げている商店街の人に申し訳ないとか思わないのかしらと思う。
余計なお世話だ。
I mean, if you don't like it, say it to my face. How am I supposed to know you don't like it when I act that way? I guess this is what it means to feel bittersweet. The nostalgia revives the emotions from back then, which makes me feel crushingly sad. I was just being bashful, you know. We were on a shopping trip, just you and I. Don't tell me you didn't feel anything about that. Wordlessly whispering that to the one I lost, I keep on reading.
にしても、どうしてお前と二人っきりで買い物しなきゃいけないんだ？
いいじゃない、せっかくなんだから。
俺だって暇じゃないし、別に空一人でも来れただろ。
まったく可愛げがない。文句があるなら出かける時に言ってほしい。わかってる。こんな風に二人で出かけるなんて状況に戸惑ってるのも照れているのもよーくわかる。まあそれは私も同じなんだけどね。だからこそ何をどう言えばこいつを素直にできるのかは分かってる。私じゃアキ先輩の好みって分かんないし、コウの方が分かるでしょ。
アキ姉の好みなんて俺だって分かんないよ。俺プレゼントを選ぶとかって苦手だし。
だったらせめて私が選ぶの協力してあげなきゃね。二人で送るって決めたんだし。それに他のみんなにだってコウは今学期いろいろお世話になったんだから。
ああ、確かにみんなには世話になった。そして俺以上にお前もな。
だからこそ私たちは頑張って感謝の気持ちを示さないと。
まあそりゃ確かにそうだよな。
とまあ壺を押せば誘導は簡単。こいつは前世紀の人みたいに義理とか人情のフレーズに弱いんだ。
Surprisingly very calculating of you, Sora. Did not think that you were that type.
私には訳あってこいつの考えていることがよくわかる。だからちょっと前までイライラしてしまってた。でも今はそれがなくなってちょっと寂しい。でもやっぱりこれで良かったんだと思う。それに文句を言いながらもコウが私と同じで内心喜んでいるのはなんとなく伝わってくるから。
Sorry about that, Ko. I feel like I'm about to cry on the page. Unable to read more, I just close the diary. Once I do, however, the silence in the room attacks me like tinnitus. Tinnitus is like that ringing in your ears, right? Staying in this desolate place is becoming unbearable.
そうだ。学園はどうなっているんだ？
I leave Sora's room as if running away from it. The school is as ruined as I expected at this point. The white school building has been ravaged by the elements, and a beautiful garden is buried under countless plants. The sight makes me want to cry. It's a new building that used modern architecture, but it's about as decayed as Kisaragi Dorm. Stumbling through the ruins and overgrowth, I go and explore the campus. Evening comes without me having anything to show for it.
問題はこれからどうするかだよな。
I sit down at the edge of the ruined garden and bite into some rations. I should probably start planning ahead. There's a limit to my rations, and I still need to find where to sleep. I imagine spending the night in a ruined dorm, but the thought alone is enough to make a chill go down my spine. Then, should I spend the night at the school? Where's the best place for that, though?
そうだ、あそこに行ってみよ
Chapel, right? I remember the place in school that's least likely to collapse and go to the rear garden. I opened the heavy door and am greeted by light.
う。明かりがついてる
Are you here, Mother? There are layers of dust, sure, but the chapel is in surprisingly good shape. It somehow feels like even the air here is clearer.
いや、気のせいじゃない。空調システムもまだ生きているんだ。
Back in school, I was told that the AI would outlast mankind, and that never seemed more true than now. If it's this alive, then maybe. Trying to keep my heart steady, I run deeper in.
マザーいらっしゃいますかマザー
My shout resounds through the chapel. I wait but get no response. I can't bring myself to give up, so I just wait some more.
やっぱりダメか。
Crushing disappointment comes over me. Mother really is dead. Hell, I knew that better than anyone. Or maybe she is actually being contaminated in this route, Ko.
マザーと呼ばれる地政クラスターは15分後活動を凍結。規定により物理的な存在を消去します。
I vaguely remember her last moments, when she gave me a final message and helped me survive. She really was like a mother to me. I pay my respects to and mourn her. Yeah, I think I'll stay here tonight. I feel like I'll be more at peace here than anywhere else in this eerie ruined school. The sun finally sets, and the chapel becomes embraced by a faint light. Tomorrow, I'll have to check just how active the systems are. Though, I'll also have to figure out what happened to this world.
まったく。異次元に来ちまったみたいだぜ。
Yeah, you might as well call this an isekai-ko. I lie down and try to think about my situation. According to the info I got in Suzushiro, the city was destroyed by Assembler. Of course, that still leaves the question of how I survived. But I can't even begin to imagine why Seishu is around, or why it's all ruined.
参ったな。どうせわけのわからない状況に置かれるなら、空が生きているとかにしてほしかったぜ。
Well, according to the memories, yes, she is alive, Ko, and you're dead. I complain to no one in particular, and hearing myself makes me feel all the more helpless. There's probably not much I can figure out by just thinking about it right now. To divert myself a little, I reach for Sora's diary. Okay, I was gonna say, did he actually bring Sora's diary, or did he just leave it?
それから無事にみんなへのプレゼントを買い終わって、いよいよ肝心な人へのプレゼントを選ぶことになったんだけど。
よ、買い物は済んだのか？
大体は決まったんだけど、肝心なのが一つだけ残っちゃっているのよ。
へえ、一体誰の分なんだ？
それは内緒なんだけど、何にするか悩んじゃってて。そんなわけでコウに相談をしてみた。もちろんレインのことはコウには教えられないし、どうしても回りくどい話し方になっちゃったけど、実はね、私の友達でね、登校拒否になっちゃった子がいるの。
プレゼントのことじゃなくて身の上相談なのかよ。
プレゼント絡みなんだけど、話せばそれは長いお話なのよ。どうしても要約しろって言うなら努力するけど。
いや、要約するな。空の場合余計に訳がわからなくなりそうだ。
もう文句を言いながらもちゃんと相談に乗ってくれる。だからこそちょっとだけ申し訳ない。だって私コウにもレインにもまだ肝心なことを話していないから。
レインって。こりゃどういうことだ？
Rain, as in Rain Kirishima. Yeah, I guess technically Ko never actually found out about this information. My partner. They knew each other in their school days. Ray never told me that. At least, I'm pretty sure she didn't. I fixed my posture and keep reading the diary.
乗りかかった船からは降りられないし、私の気持ちに変化が起きたなんて聞いたら、レインはきっと悲しむに違いないから。ああ、全部ぶちまけたいけど、それは許されない。
She didn't say it's so sad that she can't, but it's unforgivable, is what she said.
わかったわかった。その登校拒否時は青春の学生か？
うんうん、よその学園の子。本人は青春に入りたかったらしいんだけどね。
だったら青春に編入すればいい。でも相談するってことは、そうできない事情があるのか。
ごめんと。ちょっと親御さんが頑固な人らしくて。
ひょっとして、反 AI な人なのか？
うん。
そりゃ難題だよな。
こうってば本気で考え込んでいた。その反 AI な堅物親父があの霧島大佐とも知らないで。でもこうってばやっぱりかわいそうな女の子に惹かれるんだな。こうがレインと面識がないのをついついほっとしちゃう感じ。きっとこうがレインの境遇や存在を知ったら、あの危ないジルベルトや霧島大佐に突っかかっていきかねない。
I wouldn't be so sure about that, Sora.
それは何としても避けなくちゃいけないことだから。でも、レインになんて言おう。私、二人を応援してるはずだったのに。
So Sora really did know Rain. And Colonel Kirishima, the Geo soldier I often met in the grasslands, he's Rain's dad? I did hear that Rain's dad is the GOAT director, but I didn't think he and Colonel Kirishima were one and the same. I can understand what went down, but not really. If Rain was here, I'd question her thoroughly. But I feel like I finally know the meaning behind the conversation back then.
ねえ、コウのおばさん、アークの偉い人なんだよね。私やコウみたいにアークの奨学金制度をその子にも受けさせてあげられないかな。
どうだろう。そりゃ可能かもしれないけど、でも、どのみち親の承諾が必要になるし、家出して奨学金で苦学生しますとはいかないからな。
そうだよね。ああ、なんだか悩ましいな。
I helped Sora out without really knowing anything, but if Rain's the subject, then a lot of it makes sense. Rain herself told me that she had a bad time as a Hosho student, and that there was some antagonism between her and her dad. I see. And that's why Sora tried to help her change schools.
ああ、そうだな。子供の不幸を願う親なんていないさ。
だよね。
Yeah, you guys don't know the real world all that much, do you?
ありがとう。おかげでプレゼントが決まったわ。
Some people are just natural born motherfuckers, you know?
そりゃどうも。で、一体何のプレゼントに決めたんだ？
もちろんこれよ。
何がもちろんかわからんが、宇宙船の模型か？
So that's why she chose a model spaceship. It was a gift for Colonel Kirishima. And on the fateful day, Sora went to the lab and was one of the first victims of the incident.
もしかしてレインのやつ？
Was Rain looking out for me so much, not just because I helped save her life, but also because she felt responsible about what happened to Sora? I want to meet either of them and confirm it so badly. I intently continue reading it and see the words I said, exactly as I remember them.
誰にあげるつもりなんだ、そんなもん。キサラギ寮の連中じゃないし、例の登校拒否の友達か？
だから内緒。男の人って心はいつまでも子供なんだよね。ロボット好きの門倉こうくんとか。
The smile she made back then was as clear and bright as the blue sky. I remember my head going blank like it was fried. I was so mesmerized by her smile that I couldn't say a word. Feeling the grief tighten around my chest, I continue reading the diary.
でもあの後、こうに言われた言葉には本当にびっくりした。心臓が止まるかと思った。
Hmm? What was it again? Did I really tell her something all that shocking?
こうってばいつの間にかレインと知り合っていろいろ事情を聞き出していたんだもん。
Oh yeah. I guess this is after we got the necklace from her.
そりゃ何のことだ？
Hey, wait, what? No? Wait, what? I did? No, I guess this is not supposed to be how it was. I'm talking to the diary now. I met Rain shortly after the shopping trip, and I don't remember getting closer before Grey Christmas. I closed the diary and put both my hands on my head. All this stuff is making my brain overheat. Suddenly, the chapel shakes.
なんだ？
This isn't an earthquake. It's a rhythmical shaking that's growing stronger. Man, not gonna lie, hearing Ko said that actually gave me chills. I know this kind of shaking, but my reason argues against it being what I feel it is. The sound grows louder, making me snap out of it. Right, I need to check the situation. What's going on outside the chapel? I walk through the door and see yet another thing that seriously shocks me. There's a metal giant standing on the school grounds. Yes, we are still in cyberspace. I knew it. So we are stuck in cyberspace and can't actually log out. So this was what kept happening to Sora too, I assume, right? She was able to find out all of these info, and yet she's barely, or yeah, this is basically, this might be what happened to Sora, yeah. And then what's happening to her here is being transmitted to Ku, right? Or, you know, Ku that's being saved by the AI. There's a metal giant standing on the school grounds. It has a familiar shape, which makes it even more unbelievable. It's actually a simulacrum. No, there's no way they can exist in reality. Is this a robot based on a simulacrum then?
神様、そろそろ冗談は勘弁してくれ。これじゃ俺の正気が持ちそうもない。
No, we did not log out, Ko. I mutter that with a ragged voice, and the simulacrum looks at me. I stare into the camera eye, and it's staring back at me. Sweat is pouring down my head.
硬直している場合じゃねえ。
I get away from it and run as fast as I can. Shift, damn it, Ko! Next thing I know, I'm at a school sports grounds.
こりゃ一体何の冗談なんだよ。
I wipe the sweat off my brow and look at the school. The metal giant's eyes shine in the dark of night as it approaches me.
やめろ、撃つな。
A moment before I'm caught in an explosion, I reflexively activate the familiar process and... Yup, we are in cyberspace, Ko, as I knew it. Great boost. What is this? I guess it makes me get the boost faster? Sure.
覚えておきますか？いいですか？
Blasting the ground beneath me, I stand on my metal legs.
おいおい、なんでシフトしてるんだ？
I just stand and stare at my hands. I know exactly what this says about where I am, but I can't bring myself to speak the conclusion. Oh, what the hell? That's a new one? I thought that was the Mirage before. Thankfully, I'm attacked by more enemies, who don't even give me the time to think. The Phoenix. These guys are new, right? I've never seen these guys before. Yeah, I don't think I've seen these guys before, for sure. Oops. Damn it, did not get my hit. I don't know what he was trying to do there, but I'm liking the fact that you kind of fuck up. Ah, I did not kill it. God damn it. There we go. No FC crash finish on that one.
これで全部か。
The moment I calm down, I feel an impact as if someone broke my spine. So is it because we're in error, that's why they're trying to kill us? Because we're not supposed to be here? When my vision returns, I find myself in large structure. Those are the minion units, right? The moment I realize that, the giants all attack me. Interesting. Oh, that thing can this thing disappear, the Fuma? Interesting. There we go. Got a tiny bit of it. Nice. You're dead. I hope. There we go. Last one. The iron foul, huh? Ah, shit, I could have finished that off. That guy off, I think. Well, not now. Ah. Can't believe I missed that hit. I finish off the last simulacrum. I stand up and examine my surroundings. Above me, there's the large hole through which I fell, and through it, I see the starry sky. Below me, I see an unimaginably large structure. I know this shape. It's the core of our structure.
ここはバーチャルだったわけかよ。
I clench my metal fist. I mean, I was already suspecting that. I start running through our structure.
まさかこんなオチだったとはな。答えを知っても信じられないぜ。
So that's why I can enter cyberspace. You can't dive when you're already diving. Though I can't fully accept it. I came from Suzushiro to Seishu by train. I can't imagine that it's possible to recreate both places and everything in between, even with the AI network's processing power. I also don't understand the purpose behind all the deterioration. Deterioration, there we go. So hard when you actually want to say that word separately, or, you know, deteriorate is very easy for me to say. Deterioration is a bit harder. Nor am I sure why I haven't seen a single other avatar. I look and see that the logout icon is dark. It's as if someone is preventing me from going offline.
それでも希望が一つ見えたな。
If I'm an avatar, that means that my real body is still alive. In that case, someone else is surely alive too. Even if Suzushiro is badly damaged, there's no way that it's as dead as it is here.
警告。シュミクラムが接近してきます。
I look at my sensors and see simulacrums and viruses approaching me. It's Arc security. Interesting. Why would they attack me?
そうだ。シュミクラムがいるじゃないか。
That's proof that people are alive. Before I can talk to them, they start shooting me without warning.
てめえら、撃つな。共用回線も開いてねえのか。
No response. Looks like I'll have to kick their asses and teach them a lesson.
へいはっ指先へい当たれへい
Jeez.
こっちだ止めてなぎ倒す
I'm above up there, but it still actually hits them.
へいはっやったへ当たれと
Them exeter.
ロックへいはっ指先とへ当たれ
The Sylpha.
へい止めてなぎ倒す
Man, the boost is really nice. That was like super fast.
へいはっ
The rate boost, I mean.
リストへ当たれ
You gain like gauges very quickly.
ていはっ切り裂けてい当たれ
I don't think I killed him here. God damn it then.
ていはっ
The Arc Simulacrum deactivates and lies underground, just as I wanted.
よし助走しろ言うことを聞けばとどめは刺さね
Even now, there's no response. You'd expect a reaction at this point, even if they have their comms cut.
えまさか
Struck by a bad feeling, I walk up to the remains and scan their inner logic. Simulacrums based on AI, right? They actually recreated the sim. Yup, this is a drone. A simulacrum that's more like a virus, controlled by the security system instead of a pilot.
ドローンにしては手強かったけどな
I look around and sigh. Suddenly, my sensors warn me that security simulacrums are now coming after me with over 10 times the numbers from before. What do I do now? I can handle that much, but there's no guarantee that that's the last of them. And if they're all drones, then there's no real point to fighting them.
一度引き上げるか
I initiate the move process and escape the structure's core. Man, what the hell are we doing in this cyberspace? What are we gonna even do? After spending the night at the chapel, I return to the ruined dorm. But yeah, I assume what's gonna happen in this route is that we're gonna be able to tell Sora what Agent did to us, right? In the route, maybe. But I guess we'll see.
これが再現された代物とはね
I put my hand on a rusty post and put some force into it to bend it. I feel the weathered metal break. Rust flies into the air and the irritation makes me cough. There's no way that stuff can rust on the net. Did someone actually recreate it rusty?
いやこれだけの手間をかけてリアルには存在しない廃墟を作るとは思えないよな
I heard that there was a time when corpses and remains never actually stayed on the net. But then the AI's logic, the laws changed, and now corpses in VR are commonplace. For all I know, the logic might have changed again to include decay and corrosion.
全ては推論かとりあえずは動かないとな
But where? There's Suzushiro in Seishu Academy City. I can't even imagine how far this recreation extends. I don't even have the first clue as to why things are the way they are. I can't even log out. And though I'm in the net, my connection to the AI is blocked, so I can't even get any info.
そうかあそこなら
Where? Aki. I know that she had a true wizard's console in her room.
行ってみるか
Gathering my resolve, I walk into the dorm again. I guess maybe we can get some more specialized access in this better console. I arrive at Aki's room again, but this time I wipe off the dust and sit down. If all of this was recreated, it should all behave and function the same way as it does in reality. In that case, it's just a program at the core. Even if it looks all busted and decayed here, the real thing might still be okay.
ラン
There we go. I got a response the moment I switched it on. Data flows into me from the scrap-like electronics.
接続回復します
I sigh in relief. I don't know if it's because I'm a second gen, but it looks like I can't relax if I'm not connected to the net. First, I try accessing to check what's going on in reality.
アクセス不能
Unable? I can't even check what's going on in reality? I can't even believe this error. I do whatever I can, but I can't get a single bit of info on reality. Yeah, this might be the ESCO.
くそどうなってやがるなんでデータに触らせてくれねえんだよ
門倉こうこの ID は削除済みです
Yeah, our ID is dead. So we gotta actually go through our simulacra, right? Yeah, our actual ID is already dead. This is definitely what happened to Sora.
ふざけるな。理由はなんだ。言ってみやがれ。
Instead of getting a response, I just get blocked.
落ち着け。ここで感情的になっても何も始まらねえ。
Even if I can't access the data, I might be able to find a clue or two if I look around the cyberspace. I'll try to see the state it's in. Gathering my resolve, I access the data again. I get a 3D projection of the structure. It looks like the arc structure has been expanded to an unbelievable degree without me knowing a thing. The gargantuan structure covers a vast amount of the recreated world. Seishu Academy City, Kurahama, Suzushiro.
そんな。ここまで巨大な構造を処理できるなんて。
I stopped chasing data in general and instead focused on Seishu alone. It doesn't look like everything's recreated. There seems to be a focus on the schools and city's notable facilities. It's like a digest version of the Seishu Academy City, but for some reason, it includes Kisaragi Dorm, which isn't that important to anyone but us.
ってことは、再現には飽きねえか。如月寮の誰かが絡んでいる可能性が高いってことか。
They did do that, I guess, in the other world. I'm so curious why anyone would put so much effort into recreating Seishu. I calmed down and tried to rethink my situation. This anomaly started after I logged out of the Drexler hideout. No, for all I know, it might have started while I was still there. I recall awakening to Rain's voice and...
そうだ。俺は確かにレインの声を聞いたはずだ。
I did, but that was in the other routes, go. Maybe I'll find a hint or two if I go there.
ダイブじゃなくて、ムーブしてみるか。
Thankfully, this is a move point, so I can just close my eyes and initiate the process. I appear in Drexler's hideout as if it's nothing. It's almost comical. There are ruins and remains in the passage, and I see bullet holes and burns in the walls.
俺が戦闘してたのは確からしいな。
I relax, then hear the rhythmical vibrations characteristic of walking machines. God damn! We don't catch a break in this route.
考える暇ぐらい与えやがれ。
I grind my teeth and shift into my simulacrum. How the hell did Sora, was able to, not get fucked up by these simulacrums? If this is what Sora was experiencing right now. Was she just, running away every single time?
ああ、お前ら、一つ聞くが、俺が降伏するって言ったらどうする？
No response. The Dominion simulacrums just raised their weapons.
こいつらもドローンか。
Jeez, I still got hit. God, I hate the advent. Come on, Advent, do something so I can attack you. 500 damage, that's not too much. Come on, Advent, do something. Do something, boy. Jeez. I can't seem to evade him, man. I hate that so much. His first attack, I mean, the Advent. So annoying at times. I like that rate boost. You actually get it so quick. Maybe the reason why MR actually got like a full FC crash gauge after his combos because of the rate boost, and I never had that. That is so nice. I kick off the ground and run deeper into the structure. Back then, I stuck into the database all by myself. Then that dumbass Gilbert got in my way and...
自爆装置が作動しています。逃げてください。注意。
During the countdown, I was desperately trying to retrieve the data. The data had proof of assembler's research. Listening to Rain shout, I ran through the passage and... I belatedly realized that she might be lost forever. What if she was caught up in the hideout's explosion? Sadness wells up within me. The solitude I was holding at bay surges and overtakes my heart.
レイくそ返事をしやがれ
I know I won't get an answer, but I can't help but shout. I feel like I'll go insane if I keep quiet. Sorry, Rain. I wasn't able to repay you.
まさかレイ生きていたのか
It's a bit unclear, but I hear Rain's voice.
注意を迎えに行こうと前線を離れたおかげで爆破の影響を免れました。
そうかよかったで今はどこにいるんだ
そのログアウ
なんだってよく聞こえないどうしてこんなにノイズが混じってるんだ
幸いここから南方に数仮想キロ移動すれば離脱妨害の範囲から脱出できます。
わかった構造体の南で合流ってことだな
はいですから敵の手薄なところを狙って突破を
Her voice is buried by static, and I'm soon unable to hear her.
警告敵出現
待っていろよ今すぐに駆けつけるからな
Oops. Joy and fighting spirit fill my heart. Man, I'm so glad Rain's alive. I'll probably hug her once I find her. Sure, go. Jesus, these guys.
切り裂けほら捉えたロックヘイハッ切り裂けヘイほら切り裂け
These spawns are so annoying once you know,
ヘイハッ切り
once
裂け
they kind of assemble their forces or whatever.
ヘイヘイタレほら
Oh, what the?
ヘイレキャッ
Suddenly a Cyclops.
ヘイハッ切り裂けタレヘイ止めてなぎ倒すいいだろヘイハッ切り裂けタレ
Can you die, please? Nope.
ヘイハッ切り裂けタレやったこっちだ
Another one? Oh, a different one.
ヘイハッ切り裂けタ
Hey,
レ
it's this guy. This is the... What do you call it?
ヘイこっちだ
The guy from...
ヘイハッ切り裂け
What do you call it? The guy from the
ヘイ
base.
ハッ切り裂け
Yeah, the bootlegger base. It was the boss, right?
ヘイハッ切り裂け
Jeez, this guy's so annoying.
ヘイハッ切り裂けほらヘイタレヘイ止めてなぎ倒す
Okay, that's a kill. Nice.
落としたいいだろ
Man, my nose is so itchy today.
おいレイン聞こえるか
スキャン終了しました。
スキャンっておいとにかく合流するから座標を教え
敵の後方に式タイプの中型ウイルス1機アンカーとジャマーを展開生き延びたウイルスを集結させようとしているようです。
敵だって
I checked the sensors and see nothing. There's no active jammer either.
おい一体何を
一点突破して叩くならそいつを狙った方がいいわね。
Oh my god, Sora is actually fighting? Sora has a simulacrum in that route? I suddenly hear an unfamiliar voice. Well, I'm actually very familiar with it, but there's no reason for me to hear it here.
おいお前は誰なんだ
Sora became a fucking mercenary? That is so unbelievable, man. I feel like Ko being a mercenary makes sense because his dad was also a mercenary. But Sora being a mercenary? Come on. How does that even make any sense? I feel like this doesn't make sense. There's definitely some sort of inconsistencies in my opinion.
何を言っているんだレイン。おいレイン、お前誰かと行動しているのか。
しかし自爆でないかもしれないと言っていましたが、データベースで何かあったのですか？
また嫌なやつに会っちゃったわ。レインにとっても最悪な男よ。
おい。
The conversation continues without me. Did Rain actually not hear me right from the start?
そんなわけがあるかよ。
So our simulacra was already doing its thing, but why? It shouldn't be having any sort of commands without me doing anything to it first. Like at this point, we don't even know the fact that we have a simulacra unlike Ku and Sora, right? I feel like there's a lot of inconsistencies in this route even though it is cool. Still running, I analyzed the exchange just now. That gives me a vague source, and thankfully it's not too far. I accelerate my simulacrum to the max and finally find a pile of virus remains.
数は多いけど雑魚ばかりね。
前衛を叩いて突破しましょう。敵のサポートはすぐそばにいます。
I'm almost there, but I still don't see Rain. She should be near though. I'll surely see her once I cross that line.
目視した。あいつは私に任せて。レインは雑魚お願い。やあ。
Once I'm past the bunch of remains, my field of view opens up. I see no one. There's nothing here besides a trashed heavy virus.
レイン、準備はいい？
やあ、ログアウトプロセス起動。
The unclear conversation ends, and I don't hear anything anymore.
何なんだよ、一体。
I feel like I just saw a ghost. A wired ghost to be precise. The very idea makes me shake my head to get rid of it. Feeling oddly cold, I leave the hideout. I guess the reason why Sora is able to actually attack was because this version of Sora was the one that got sent here, I guess. I returned to Aki's room and started digging through it, but I still think it doesn't make sense for Sora to become a merc, by the way. I feel like it doesn't really make sense at all. She never had any, like, prior training or any, you know, any interest in simulacrum battles, and she doesn't have Ko's abilities. So the fact that she's able to become a lieutenant and have her own merc group, to me, that just feels off. Where else could I find a clue? I'm at the end of my rope here. The room is full of dusty electronics, and at one edge, there's a rotten piece of cloth sticking to the floor. Wait, something's not right here. Both Seishu Academy City and Suzushiro have obviously been recreated here in cyberspace, but there's a major difference between them.
確かめてみるか。
I stand up to go to the station, then stop and chuckle at myself. I just used the moving function, damn it. No matter how detailed, this is cyberspace. The next moment, I'm standing in the ruined city.
やっぱりな。
I walk a few steps and my suspicion becomes conviction. The ruined city has only metal scrap, concrete, and plastic. There's no wood or leather, anything organic anywhere. Was it all eaten by assembler? As if that's the case, these virtual ruins were made after assembler's outflow. However, Kisaragi Dorm had decayed clothing. My guess is that the basis for this ruined city was Suzushiro after it was destroyed by assembler. But Seishu became ruined due to some other reason.
作者が違ったのか、作った時期が違うのか。この違いには何か理由があるはずだよな。
This can't be an accident. To construct cyberspace, someone has to observe it. That means that this cannot come to be unless someone does it on purpose. A mechanical sound reaches my ears. It's like they don't want me to think about my situation. I don't even need to check my sensors. I can see the viruses climbing through the rubble with my own eyes. I feel like I'm in some mecha anime particularly. The one from the 21st century I saw with Aki when we were kids.
そうだって思い知らせてくれてよ。
I hide my bitter grin and shift into my simulacrum. That was quick. Them Nosorian tadpoles. God damn it. Missed the timing. The urchin, One more combo should finish it. There's another one, Jeez. Never actually seen him done that because I usually kill him pretty quickly to search in him. So, oh, god damn it. Don't think that's a kill. Yep, not a kill. Jeez. After cleaning up the swarming enemies, I roll one of them over with my foot. Now we have CDF viruses. They're autonomous, set to search and destroy any enemies here in the ruins.
ここが仮想と気づいた途端にわらわらと湧いてきやがって。引き返すか。
I move out of Suzushiro. After I sit down in the console and close my eyes, I remember the voice I heard in the hideout. That voice was just like Sora's, or Ku's. Of course, it couldn't have been Sora. I saw her melt away with my own two eyes. And Ku can't be active without Sora, but that voice was so lively that I don't think it was just an NPC. Saying her name fills my heart with something bitter. Yeah, see, and unlike in Sora's case, she doesn't even know about the simulacra of Ko, right? I feel like in this, even though there are parallels that could happen, it just doesn't fit. Yeah, this just doesn't fit. That was the name of the simulacra who created the reason for Sora and I to date. We were together for about half a month, and it's hard to call that time nostalgic. We were probably the first people in all of human history to get together like that. And as long as no more simulacra are made, we will be the last too. Closing my eyes makes me picture a strange room. It was Aki's private space, and this happened late November.
紹介するよ。この子がクー。みんなに誤解されるきっかけとなった NPC だ。
NPC ってこの子が？嘘。ソラ先輩じゃないんだよね。違う。クーは趣味クラブ。
じゃなくてシミュラクラだろ。
ねえ、ちょっとこの子と話をしていい？もちろん。何でも聞く。クー、答える。じゃあ、あなた、コウのことどう思ってるの？
おい、千夏。
好き好き。愛してる。
As she answers, Cook clings to me.
おい、ちょっと話して。あのな、二人が見ているから。
ラブー。
ってこの子心はあってもやっぱり人間とはちょっと違ってるみたいで、これは単なるスキンシップであってだな。
なるほど、やっぱりそうなんだ。
She didn't actually say nice to meet you. Weird. They look at each other in understanding and
お
nod.
いお前ら何を納得してるんだ。言っておくが俺は誤解を解きたくてお前らにこの子を紹介したんだぞ。
別にエッチな誤解とかしてないから安心して。そうそう、なんでもないの、気にしないで。
そういえばアキネーの空間はまだ残っているのかな。
Okay, this is probably where we're gonna find our simulacra, maybe. I check the time and see that it's almost sundown. I don't want to sleep in the ruined city or the dorm. Not just for mental reasons, but because I might also get attacked by viruses.
ダメでもともと試してみるか。
Hockey space permits me logging in without any trouble at all.
ここは荒れていないみたいだな。
It's as weird as always, but as I am now, I find it nostalgic and even soothing. The two doors are just like I remember too.
そういえばこっちは鍵がかかってたっけな。
For no real reason, I put my hand on it.
あれ開いた。
Yeah, we're gonna see him, but as I said, how the fuck did Agent or our version of Agent already come into contact with Sora when we haven't really done this yet? Or maybe time and space itself is not really coherent in this space. I slowly open the door and find a pretty small room.
なんだこの部屋は。
The dimly lit room has a flashy floor, the kind you'd expect from Maki. And there's tons of stuffed and other toys all over. Stuffed and other toys? Stuffed animals, I assume.
子供部屋みたいだな。
I take a step inside and look around, but I don't see anything weird besides that. But what is this? I feel like I know this place. It's somewhat nostalgic, but at the same time, it makes me feel indescribably uneasy. It's not ruined like the other places, but it's like there's an air of death about it. I just leave the room as fast as I can. Okay, we did not see our simulacra. Then I go beyond the other door and enter the familiar grassland. It's exactly as I remember, and the air here doesn't make me feel uneasy.
おーいクーいないのか。なんてな。いるわけがないよな。
I try looking through the data again, but it's still frozen.
接続拒否って。俺アークに何か悪さでもしたっけ。
I sigh, lie on the grass, and close my eyes. I spent the whole day running around, but my body isn't all that tired. I can't say the same for my mind, though. The barrage of surprises was really exhausting. It just hit me that I haven't eaten yet, too. I'm scared to think about what's happening to my real body.
とにかく今は休まないと。
I don't feel sleepy, but I stop my thoughts by force. Like it's been turned off, my consciousness is embraced by darkness. I see a dream.
いいセンスしてるわよね、本当に。
In the dream, I find myself in the room of a really crappy love hotel. I know this place well. It was our hideout in Suzushiro.
申し訳ありません。この町で一番プライバシーを保証してくれるのはこの手の施設だそうでして。
はあ、世も末よね、まったく。
Something cuts through my vision and my body moves as fast as a machine. My hand is holding a small device. It seems to be an autonomous miniature spy robot.
寝る前に塀の点検をもう一度した方が良さそうね。
ですね。これでは落ち着いて休むこともできません。
Rain smiles wryly, holding a similar item.
おしゃべりはちゃんとにしましょう。この調子じゃスケベ親父が登場でもしていそうだから。
そうですね。
As I chant, I sit down on the bed and start taking off my clothes. Strange underwear, pale smooth skin. For some reason, the me in the dream has a woman's body.
しかし残念です。 またあと一歩でドレクスラー機関のメンバーを取り逃がしてしまいましたね。
まだ逃がしてはねえわ。先生たちはこの町のどこかにいるはずよ。
I feel myself bite down in my lip. What a strange dream. This is probably how my conversation with Rain would have gone if we both returned from that mission without a problem.
それでデータベースの情報からは何かつかめたのですか？
案の定というか最悪よ。とにかくデータを共有するから見てちょうだい。
やあ、
Rain closes her eyes as if to taste the data.
予想以上に深刻な事態になっていますね。アセンブラは中核であるコマンダーを除いてほぼ完成していたようですね。
そのタイミングでアジトを爆破なんて、この件には何か裏がありそうね。
The dream me puts a finger under a lower lip and ponders. I suddenly moan and hold my head with both arms.
大丈夫ですか？注意。
うん、心配しないで。単なる頭痛よ。セルフチェックに異常はないから。
疲れているのかもしれません。とりあえず今日は早めに休むことにしましょう。
そうね。
Rain holds my shoulders. It feels soft even in a dream. Despite that, my body's shaking. I'm sweating all over and my temperature's dropping.
どうして？
注意？
思い出せない。どうして思い出せないの？私、どうして？忘れるはずがないのに、どうしてあいつとのことが思い出せないの？
まさか記憶に障害が？
My field of view goes up and down as I nod in response.
きっと一時的な障害でしょう。混沌するほどの衝撃を受けたばかりなのですから。
Rain holds my hand in both of hers to make me feel better.
そうね。一晩休めばきっと。
ええ、注意は何も心配しなくて大丈夫ですから。
Rain hugs me gently and makes me lie down in the bed.
あの人に代わって私があなたを守ります。絶対にあなたを死なせたりはしませんから。
I look at my reflection in her eyes and see a woman with long, bright-colored hair. My heart skips a beat, and I instantly wake up. What an awful dream. I became my dead girlfriend and got embraced by my partner.
9世紀の精神分析医が聞いたら一体どんな解釈をしてくれるのやら。
My own words remind me that I've yet to analyze the data I took from the hideout.
予想以上に深刻な事態になっていますね。詳細はわかりませんが、アセンブラは間もなく起動できる形にまで出来上がっているようです。
That dream won't become reality, right? I run a search through my brain chip, but I find no data. The info I stole from the database is gone without a trace.
ありえね
I scan over and over, but I don't see a sign of the data I downloaded. I feel like I'm being bewitched somehow. Was that very battle a dream? I lose peace of mind and quickly become anxious. It's like I'm actually lost in a nightmare.
え。落ち着け。パニックを起こしても仕方がない。
I talk to myself and stabilize my breathing. The situation is so unnatural that my mind is sustaining major damage. If I don't find out what's up, I'll go nuts.
やっぱり気になって眠れね
I stand up from the grass and leave Aki's space. I leave Aki's room and find the usual ruins. Maybe it's not the fact that it's about the simulacra or anything, it's the fact that the AI was using our simulacra's ID or something. I don't know. But even then, I feel like the parallel between our simulacra and Ku's is just way too different. Like I said, Ku was really like exposed to a lot of emotions and stuff, right? Unlike our simulacra, which was like instantly sealed after Aki found out that, you know, she doesn't want us.
え。くそ。何が一体どうなっているんだよ。
I know there's no point, but I try to initiate the logout process over and over.
エラー、その手続きは無効です。
The idea that I can't go back makes me want to go back to reality more and more. A crushing silence pierces my ears as a feeling of desolation fills my heart. What if I'm stuck into cyberspace all by myself? I honestly feel like that idea is about to take charge of my mind.
アキネなのは千夏お前らどうしちまったんだよ
I suddenly hear a dry sound from the corridor.
誰だ
I shout and reflexively materialize a gun. I realize I'm pointing it at a sphere that's bouncing on the floor. Oh, this is Chinatsu's favorite soccer ball. I walk up to the dirty thing and pick it up. Looking to the side, I see a half-open door. It's the room Chinatsu used to live in. Why would it be half open?
誰かいるのか
Someone's inviting me in? Still holding the gun, I push the door open and look inside. Chinatsu's room is a shadow of its former self. There's a pile of training equipment. The posters on the walls are either torn or faded to white. I step on a pile of mold and jump back. I recognize this. These are the soccer shoes Masa and I gave her as a present. What's left of them anyway.
ありがとう。なんて言っていいのかわかんないや。
Sadness wells up in me again. Not caring about how filthy they are, I pick them up and see something pass through the edge of my vision. I turn around and aim my gun, but what I see makes my mind go blank. Chinatsu's standing at the entrance to the room. Yeah, this might be when Chinatsu went to the S. She's looking at the ball with a sad expression. Her body's as slim as ever and she still has that ponytail. But her side profile seems a bit more mature.
千夏
Or maybe that's when she actually was invited to Arvel City? By the time I shout that, no one's there anymore. Was that an illusion? I rub my eyes and pick up the ball. Then I hear something from the living room. I throw the ball away and run to the source of the sound. As I stand before the living room, I actually feel like there's someone inside. Aki. I almost hear faint talking. It makes me hesitant to go in. Nanohan. I gulp and push it open. There's no one here. The presence I felt and the voices I heard are gone like they were never there. I wipe my sweat, look up, and see something that makes me gasp and freeze. Aki and Nanoha are standing at the entrance of the living room. Their expressions are empty and sad. It feels like their gazes are piercing through me and looking far into the distance.
なのは秋音
By the time I say that, I can no longer see them. An icy chill goes down my spine and my heart starts pounding like crazy. This is cyberspace. It's no place for ghosts. Though, there's nothing strange about holograms popping up. I try hard to convince myself, but my fear just doesn't go away. I felt like there was something strangely sinister about the apparitions I saw.
仮想に幽霊が出るわけがねえくそこりゃタチの悪い冗談に決まってる
As I shout, I hear a creak. They won't surprise me this time. Holding the gun, I search for the source of the sound. It's coming from Makoto's room. I was prepared, but the sight still makes me freeze. Makoto's sitting in her chair and reading a book. She's looking at the open pages with sad eyes. The moment I acknowledge that much, she vanishes like the others. The open book is still on the desk.
予想してたってのになんで俺はビビってるんだ
I feel like if we were the one that died too, Makoto wouldn't have gone into as much of a frenzy, to be honest. So I feel like that's why, even though there are good parallels about what's going on to us and also what's going on with Sora, it just doesn't fit. Firing myself up, I walk inside. Makoto's books and clothes have become piles of refuse. The books made of non-decomposing material are buried under what remains of those that aren't. The book on the desk has avoided decay too. I pick it up, making the gathered dust go up like smoke.
ステッペンウルフか。
Herman Hesses? Herman Hesses? I don't know how to say that word, that name. Herman Hesse's novel. In it, the protagonist, Harry, meets a strange girl named Hermione. Is that Hermione or Hermine? And is soon led to a magic theater. If I recall correctly, the entrance to the theater said for madmen only.
相変わらず意味ありげだな、誠ちゃん。君は何かを言いたくて、この本を開きっぱなしにしたのかい？
I whisper that, but don't get a response. So if I keep this up, will I get to see Sora or Masa next? Should I dig through Masa's room? I imagine he'll show up the moment I start looking through his prize collection. Crap, I'm losing it. I'm shaking with fear, but I can't stop laughing. I realize I'm straining my ears as though waiting for the next sound. Crap, what am I expecting? Wait, I know the answer. I want to see an illusion of Sora, don't I?
俺のバカ野郎、こんなのやってられるかよ。
I dash out of Kisaragi dorm as if running away. Night falls upon the virtual world again.
結局、ここが一番落ち着くか。
What about Naoki? We haven't seen his, like, silhouette, or his shadow, or whatever you want to call those things. Not feeling like staying in any of the ruined buildings, I just lie on the ground of the road to school. The smell of grass, the wind caressing my cheeks, senses alone aren't enough to tell that this is all virtual. I tear the grass to check. It dances in the wind and leaves spots of a grassy liquid in my hand.
それにしても、
I remember what happened at the dorm and shiver. It's like a damn haunted house. I need to figure out who made that cursed place. It and the barren ruins make it clear that it's someone extremely messed up. It can't be Aki. The stuff she created was weird or incomprehensible, but I don't remember her making anything that would scare people. It's too distasteful for her. The AI made this, Ko. The AI made this through observation. Hell, distasteful is what I'd call this whole world. If it keeps on eating away at my psyche like this, I'll go crazy before I find out what's going on.
空。
The moment I whisper her name, I hear a low rumbling. Simulacrums are coming. From how it feels, it's not just 1 or 2 units either.
てめえら、俺に何の恨みがあるってんだよ。
I throw my fist into the night sky and shift. I don't like the amount of battles in this route so far though. They're very annoying. Recovery rate up then.
覚えておきますか？いいですか？
I lead the swarming enemies into the grassland near the school. Even if they're ruined, I don't want to crush the dorm or the school.
よし、来いてめえら。へいはっ、切り裂け。へい、当たれ。へい、落とした。へい、はっ、落とした。こっちだ。へい。
I want to destroy that thing, this thing, yeah.
へい、と。へい、やった。へい、はっ、切り裂け。ほら、へい、当たれ。
Very annoying. The Shake Tetra. Jeez, that attacks me even when I'm in midair? Interesting. Jeez. This thing is so annoying. Man, I really wish I do more damage. My damage is so booty.
とした。
手こずらせやがって。
I agree, Ko. The moment I take a breather, I hear more rumbling. More simulacrums? I look up at the sky and see dozens of shining stars. My sensors are buried under all these simulacrum signals. Are they seriously bringing this many just to beat me?
キリがないっていうか、正直勘弁してくれ。
Why am I under attack to begin with? Are there more coming even if I make it through this? Then what's the point of fighting? Maybe I should just give in and let them take me. For all I know, that might bring me back to reality.
現実逃避はそこまで。オープンコンバット。
Enough escapism. I don't think I was escapism. I was doing any sort of escapism there, but alright, whatever, Sora. Aw, can't get all three. Yeah, the laser actually follow you even when you're like in midair. Kinda crazy. So yeah, you just gotta go outside of its range. There's something on my right side. Alright, let's go kill that thing. God damn it, not enough. I wish that thing actually does more damage, the like sword, my FC. I beat the enemies near me and dash away from the place. Though I'm not really going anywhere in particular, I just want to fight as far away from the dormant school as possible. Also, I'm pretty sure I heard someone's voice while fighting.
幻聴が聞こえ始めたか。そろそろ俺の頭も。
幻聴じゃない。私、コウに話しかけている。
Oh, I guess it's Agent. I really am going insane, huh? I actually hear Sora's voice from inside my brain. Maybe this one is an agent, maybe this one is Sora. This clearly isn't a chant. It's like someone else is cutting into my thought stream.
おかしくもなっていない。ついでに私は空でもない。
すげえ。幻聴が自己否定してやがる。
Wait, it's not really a hallucination. I see. I'm picking up psychoelectric waves. Whatever, Ko. Whatever, Ko, my god. I actually broke for real, huh? But honestly, this ain't too bad. I mean, it sounds just like Sora.
だから別にあなたは壊れてない。何でも電波にするのはあなたたちの悪い癖。
I'm suddenly presented with dialogue windows showing stuff like brainwave graphs and reference links. It feels like I'm being argued against. Beyond the transparent windows, I see enemies approaching.
邪魔だから閉じろ。わかった。妄想電波じゃこんなことはできねえよな。
The windows quickly vanish and I charge at the enemies.
まったく。一体何がどうなってんだ。
いいから話は後。今は戦いに集中して。
集中できないのは誰のせいだと思ってやがる。よっ。落とした。こっちだ。
Jeez.
へいはっ。指先と。へいはっ。指先。へ当たれ。へい。
I want more damage, damn yo.
へいはっ。指先。止めてなぎ倒す。
I got both of them, but didn't kill any of them. Shame.
へいはっ。 切り裂けて当たれ。へい。ほら捉えた。へいはっブレイキャー。こ
The
っちだ。
Shrike Tetra.
へいはっ切り裂け。へいはっ切り裂け。
I'm guessing he was trying to parry me there when he was showing the green beam sword.
へいはっ切り裂け。やった。
さあ今のうちに構造体内部へ急いで。
さっきからあんたは一体誰なんだ。それに構造体内部、敵の真っ只中に飛び込んでどうするんだよ。
質問タイムは後。
The voice really does sound like Sora. But Sora is dead. Is it Ku then? No way. She can't function without Sora.
考えている場合じゃねえ。
That's not what he said, by the way. I think he said that there's no time for me to think. Give me some time to think, yeah. Very different from what he said. Next thing I know, I'm doing exactly as the voice says and running through Arc structure.
止まらないで。後ろから保安システムが追いかけてきている。
言われなくても。っていうか、なんであいつら俺を攻撃してくるんだ。
それはあなたが異物だから。保安システムはあなたを異物と認識している。
Well, that makes sense. I feel like this is the first time I heard something reasonable since waking up after fainting.
じゃあコアに俺が味方だって認識させない限り、あいつらの攻撃は止まらないってことだな。
それがおそらく一番の解決策。
So I gotta just camouflage myself or something?
つまり群がる保安部隊を一人で蹴散らして天下のアークの保安中枢を書き換えればいいだけだな。
そうこうならできる。
できるか。お前俺を破滅させようとしている悪魔のささやきなんじゃねえのか。
なんて失礼。どうせなら天使のささやきとか言ってほしい。
分かったよ。で天使様はどうして俺を破滅させたいんだ。
だから私は。
This agent is too lifelike, man. I guess this agent did go through like 5 other multiple routes. The moment I hear the voice, I jump out to a larger floor. Or more like, I jumped out above a large floor. Is this a bridge above Ark's core? According to my sensors, the core is 1 virtual kilometer down. Ark's simulacrums appear on both sides of the bridge.
とんでもない設計だな。死に場所には悪くないかもしれない。
まだ諦めるのは早い。敵の数はあれだけよ。あなたなら楽勝でしょ。
気楽に言ってくれるよな、この天使。
へいはっ切り裂け。へ当たれ。へい落とした。全てなぎ倒す。といいだろう。へいはっ切り裂け。
Jeez.
どこを見ている。へいはっ切り裂け。へいとどこを見ている。こっちだ。へいはっ切り裂け。へ当たれ。へい
20,000 force. I have a lot of force.
へいはっやった。
おい電波、質問だ。アー
Denpa.
クの保安部隊って一体何機のシミクラムを保有してるんだ。
推測で360機。ウイルスが1200。ただし
Sorry about that.
待機状態の機体がその10倍から100倍存在するから。
I hit my my mic arm.
そりゃすげえ。全部倒せたらギネスものだな。
だから全員を倒す必要はない。アークのコアにあなたの存在を認識してもらえば。
Ark's core. I remember hearing that the core and President Sarah Tachibana, my aunt, are connected on a system level.
そうか、セーラおばさんか。じゃあコアまで行けばおばさんと連絡が取れるのか。
ある意味ではセイラ社長はアークのコアに等しい存在だから、なんとか敵を突破して。
そんなまどろっこしいことしてられっか。
I let gravity guide me and fall like a rock.
正気 殺でもするつもりなの？頭が変になったんじゃないの？
I mean, at this point, I'm not surprised that Ko is being stupid. He's a freaking action hero at this point, right? He's supposed to be a parody of one, I guess.
するかよ。見ろ、あそことあそことそこに段差があるだろ。そこを順番に踏み台にしていけばいいんだよ。
The moment I finish saying that, my simulacrum lands, and I feel the impact from the bottom of my feet to the top of my head.
やるボディじゃなくてよかったぜ。ほら、あと900メートルって。
やっぱり正気じゃない。ちょっと、それって足を一歩踏み外したら。
うるせえ。電波だか幻聴だか天使だか知らねえけど、いちいち人の頭の中で悲鳴を上げるんじゃねえ。
Why is she even screaming? Is she also inside of my head?
バーニャをもっと吹かして。このままじゃ落下速度が速すぎて。
分かってる。ほら、2段目だ。
Ignoring the screams inside my head, I fall from platform to platform. If this isn't just goddamn crazy, you wouldn't get this kind of thrill in the fastest roller coaster.
さすがのドローンも追いかけてこないみたいだな。
当たり前よ。なんてむちゃくちゃ。よく今まで生きてこられたわね。
まったくだ。そう言われると返す言葉がない。
I could die at any moment, but I feel so empowered that I can laugh. It's an excess of adrenaline. My flesh is digital, but I feel so alive.
気をつけて。下に敵が待ち構えている。
I was gonna say, yep. Nice.
おかげでいいクッションになったみたいだ。切り裂け。
God damn it, stop attacking that one.
へい、やった。出た。へっ。はっ。ゲキャップ。ほら、ゲキャップ。へい、はっと。へい。リット。
Man, I really like the beam sword. It kills so many of these garbage like units.
剥ぎ倒す。落とした。
着いたぞ。で、ここからどうすりゃいいんだ。
中枢部への侵食を確認。4封鎖準備開始。全電子体は該当エリアから退去してください。
おい、今度は何が起きているんだ。
コアは悪質な攻撃プログラムと認識されている。このままじゃコアは自爆か凍結か、とにかく目的を果たせなくなっちゃう。
Upon hearing that, I start dashing. As if proving the voice right, the bulkheads close and the shutters come down. And I'm this close to Sarah's office.
残り時間はわかるか。
今モニターするわ。間に合わなかったら本当にここでおしまい。
The hatch slowly closes before me. Not minding it, I accelerate and jump into the space. My armor creaks and some of my parts dance in the air as I roll into the floor.
本当にもうむちゃくちゃ。
肩がもげなくてよかった。
ほっとするのは全然早い。前方に10ウイルス。硬いのが取り柄のやつ。
Isn't that just a normal Kurogane? Maybe it's a different version. Shit, I'm in a hurry, damn it. I probably have only about 2 minutes. Oh, gotta save my game then.
覚えておきもいいですか？
Yeah, it's just a Kurogane.
へっ、当たれ。
Yeah, we got time, we got time.
へい、はっ、切り裂け。
God damn it.
へい、はっ、切り裂け。ほら、へっ、当たれ。へい。
Come on, Yug.
こっちだ。へい、はっ、切り裂け。当たれ。へい。止めて、剥ぎ倒す。
Come on.
へい、はっ、切り裂け。へい、当たれ。
Yeah, we got this. This guy's not... Yeah, it's not too bad. Oh.
へい、はっ、切り裂け。へい、当たれ。
Yeah, you're not doing your stupid garbage laser bullshit. One more combo and you're dead.
へい、はっ、切り裂け。どっ。
Come plenty of time left. Aki, Makoto, and Sora, 2.
コア封鎖秒読み開始。
もう間に合わない。
諦めるのは死んでからにしろ。
I dash towards the president's office and aim my heavy weaponry at the thin wall. My attack leaves a small hole. I head towards it at full speed. Right before hitting the wall, I cancel my simulacrum. The next moment, I roll on the floor as if I was just hit by a truck. The shock assaults my whole body and my consciousness fades.
自爆装置起動まで30秒。
No, it's too early to faint. Fighting through the pain, I look up. What happens if it actually explodes? Do we just die? And this space is gone? This is the office? So the core was here all along, in the room where Aunt Sarah always was. But I don't see her anywhere this time.
自爆装置起動まで25秒。
ここまで来たのにそりゃないぜ。
Despair mixes with the pain. Crap, it's all over.
まだ諦めるのは早い。諦めないで呼びかけて。諦めるのは死んでからにして。
くそ、最後まで楽にはさせてくれねえのかよ。
Hard to argue when the voice uses my own line. I complained and gather my last energy before shouting in desperation.
おばさん、八重の息子の門倉こうです。甥っ子が訪ねてきたんですよ。
My voice emptily echoes through the silent floor.
自爆装置起動まで15秒。
It's been 10 seconds, but nothing has happened. Fuck, I'm getting irritated. I don't know who made this cyberspace, but the idea of dying after all the shit I went through is just...
くそ、挨拶くらいさせてくださいよ。おばさん、俺はあなたと一度くらい腹を割っていろいろ話したかったんですよ。
自爆装置起動まで10秒。
Is that really what we need to do to change the core? Go. Just 10. I can't even think of a farewell line at this point. I join my hands and shout as loud as I can.
母さん。
Nothing happens. 10 seconds pass, but the death I expected doesn't come.
成功よ。コアはあなたを認識したみたい。
What, praying to my mom does that? Or what, does saying my mom actually make Aunt Sarah believe me? I open my eyes and see Aunt Sarah standing there. Her cold, familiar eyes, which seem to see it all, are looking directly at me.
自爆装置解除されました。システムは復旧処理を開始します。
The next moment Aunt Sarah vanishes like an illusion. Doesn't this mean that Aunt Sarah actually was kind of influencing the AI though? To make it seem like I'm part of their world? And I thought that was impossible to do because humans can't influence the
覚
AI.
えておきますか？
I
い
don't
いです
know.
か？
But yeah, I guess this is where we're gonna call it an episode. I'm probably gonna be eating some food before I go to the gym in a bit. But yeah, this is Sora's Route. As you can see, Sora Route Chapter 1. It was a very lengthy Chapter 1, and I assume all of the other chapters after this are gonna be similar in length, maybe? So we're probably gonna have either 14 or 15 episodes, depending on how many chapters there are. But I guess we'll see. Maybe the first, like, chapter might have been, you know, the very intense prologue that they want to set up. So I guess we'll see how this is gonna go. We haven't even technically met up with Agent yet. She's just like the voice in our heads. But yeah, very interesting, but I do think like I said, right, there are a lot of parallels that might seem like it's believable that Ko could be in this sort of situation, unlike Sora, but at the same time, I do think this is a bit too far-fetched. But I guess we'll see how they're gonna explain it. We'll have to see. It's not as if I'm not enjoying it, it's just that the inconsistencies kind of bother me, you know? But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Give this video a like if you guys like it. Sub if you guys haven't. Patreon will be getting these episodes early access along with everything uncensored. But I assume there's going to be an H scene in this one, just like what happened in Makoto's one, but probably at the very end. And also for people on YouTube that aren't on Patreon just yet, feel free to become a free member because that's gonna be where I put first episode previews of future playthroughs. Okay, with that said, I'll see you guys on the next one, which is probably gonna be next week. Tomorrow I'll be doing some more Witch and Holy Night. See ya.